Hello and welcome to Aurelian University. In this video, we're going to talk about for and else. And these are structures like if, sort of, but they'll be used for looping, which is a behavior that we have in a lot of the code that we're going to use. So for loops, which is the sort of loop we'll be creating in this tutorial here, execute code for multiple situations. The else with for allows us to exit our code to be executed if we do not exit the loop early. So there are ways to exit the loop early. And break and continue allow us to modify loop behavior. In other words, break will let us exit the loop early, and continue will let us skip a certain time around the loop. So really quickly, what are loops? Loops are when you do a repeated task for multiple sets of things. Very often we'll use lists when we're looping because loops are data sets, so they're sets of things. So we have this list here that's cities. If you don't remember what a list is, you can go watch our video or my video on lists. And we have just a list of cities here. And so what we're doing here in this code is we say for city in cities. Now we haven't declared this variable earlier in the code, but right here in the code, we are declaring it by using it as the first thing in a for loop, just so you understand. So this becomes a variable. So for city in the list cities, which means for each thing in this list, and you could use X, Y, you could use unicorn, any viable variable name you could use here, print city. Else, so if we don't get out of the loop early, print we did not have to leave this loop early. And then also for city in cities, we're going to, if the city is equal to Paris, we're going to break, and otherwise, or if that's not true, so we'll break out of the loop, we'll stop looping. Otherwise we'll say the city is a great city, and if the city is equal to London, we'll continue, so we'll skip it after this point. And then we'll print the city's name is a city in the United States, so we wouldn't want to say that for London because it's not in the United States. And if we don't break out of the loop early, we'll print we did not have to leave this loop early a second time. So remember, I'm already CD'd into my folder. If you haven't done that, you'll need to do that in your machine. So we do this, so we loop through, we print all the cities, and then we print we did not have to leave this loop early. Then we print New York is a great city. New York is a city in the United States. So we skipped Paris because who would ever want to go to Paris? And then we print London is a great city. But we continue, we skip the rest of the loop for this time around when it's London because London is not a city in the United States. So we don't end up printing London is a city in the United States. And we did leave this loop early because we broke out of the loop once we got to Paris. And so we don't print out what goes in the else statement. So for loops are all around pretty simple. There's nothing too difficult about them. Just understand that we iterate through code for multiple situations, often involving a list or even a dictionary. Else code can be executed if we do not exit the loop, and break and continue allow us to modify loop behavior. So break will let us leave the loop completely and permanently, and continue will let us skip that time around in the loop from wherever we are in the loop.